Morena. It's 10 degrees, Sunday morning. Today's a bit different. I'm driving, obviously, driving home. No morning walk yet. Going out to my fiance's. And today is the day that we move and we spend our first night in our new rental in Hamilton, where we will be based for the next 18 months or so. So yeah, it's kind of hitting me all at once. It's like, man, there's still so much to do, so much to move, so much to think about. You know, we're thinking about Operation Hero Cave for ages, for what feels like ages. So to summarize, this comes from a tweet that I saw from Alex Hormozi. I might see if I've got a picture somewhere. I think I did take a picture, a screenshot. And it was something like, sometimes you need to disappear into a cave for 6 months to get better or stronger. Batman did it, Superman did it, and it seemed to work for them. And then he said, if you want to be a superhero, you got to do superhero shit. And I was just like, whoa, that's powerful. And then the timing of this, Darren Hardy, you know, around July, 6 months in, as part of his Darren Daily, at the beginning of all of his videos, he talks about, oh, you know, we're 6 months into the year, and then he used the analogy of sports, and he was the coach, so he was in a locker room, and he was talking about championships aren't won in the first half, they're won in the second half. And he's like, you know, make sure that the next 6 months of your year is productive and does these things. And he goes, so many people make these mistakes, and then he listed all the mistakes, and there were like three things that he talked about. I can't remember them, so that means I need to watch it again, which I might do this morning after I get home. But it was basically like there was like a synergy, like a synchronicity, coincidence. These two things that kind of talk about each other, and maybe the timing is consequential, I don't know. But you know, 6 months in a cave, 6 months second half of the year. They're both similar concepts. It's about half the year is done. If you want to get better, maybe you need to disappear into a cave and do deep focus work. So I'm like, well, perfect timing, because we're moving to Hamilton. We're getting our own space. We're going to be by ourselves. She's going to be at work. I'm going to be at home. So it kind of presented this perfect alignment of, well, I guess that's the answer, is to just spend the next 6 months until Christmas, 5 months, 6 months, call it what you want, focusing and no distractions. Try to emulate like a hero cave. What does that look like in the modern world? You know, I've done some thinking about that, and to me what it looks like is like deep focus, no interruptions, no social media, deleting all distractions, having a clean environment, focusing on a few tasks, not a whole bunch, reading 1 or 2 books at a time, or reading 1 book at a time, and yeah, just focus, really deep focus work. And it kind of works out too, because we're going to be in Hamilton for four days, Monday to Thursday. Then we're going to drive up to Auckland and be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drive back down Sunday. So most of the week is going to be in isolation, for want of a better word. So yeah, that's what's going on. Today is my fiance's got work, so she'll be leaving soon. It's 7:25. So I'll have breakfast, I'll do my post, and then I'll start planning what are we going to take, because we're taking both cars. So we have a lot of space to put little items, boxes, whatnot. My dad was saying that I could potentially put the bedside drawers because they're not that big, but that's that could be a bit of work. Because the other thing that I'm worried about, and her mother's worried about, and she's worried about too, is that if we take too much stuff, it's just gonna become messy. So we want to be very intentional about what we take and what we do not take, because as you may have seen, it's a really nice place and it's very tidy. It's very spacious. The last thing we want is just to fill it up with shit. So we have a lot of shit, which is part of the problem. You probably have a lot of shit too. Not to call you out, but just to make you aware. Yeah, man, if you could see my bedroom this morning, it's like you create all these little, well, maybe not you, maybe you're super organized or something, but you create all these like little pocket pseudo rubbish bins. We just dump shit. Like, I've got old stuff, books. I just hide in a wardrobe or a drawer because I don't know what to do with it, and I don't throw it away. But we're kind of getting to the point now. It's like, now we have to do some serious spring cleaning, and we're going to probably do that over the next few weeks and just gradually take things bit by bit. We'll buy certain things, we'll take certain things. So yeah. Anyway, I need to go inside. I'll see you later. Check that out. That's the sun hidden behind all of the clouds. Bro, this banana tree is growing out of control. Just walking down the driveway of you fellas are noisy. I've just been doing jack all really, to be honest. I just finished. Man, fellas are noisy. I just finished watching a bunch of YouTube. What's the time? It is 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock in the morning. For context, I think I got home around before 8 o'clock, maybe 7. I have to check the video. It was probably 7:20, 7:30ish. And then my fiance left for work, so she's due to finish in an hour, within the hour. And then we need to start packing our 2 cars to drive down to Hamilton to basically finish setting up the place to prepare for our first night in Hamilton. And I don't know what's going on, but like today I'm just struggling, I think part of the problem is just all of the stress and all of the time needed to coordinate this move. Coordinate the move has just been a lot of work. Been a lot of work. And it's kind of, as a result, I've abandoned some of the routine things that I was doing. I was doing the morning stuff, I was going for walks, but I stopped, like the journal, the time blocking, which I don't know how to go back to it. It's just I feel like everything's starting to fall apart, and I don't know what to do about it. Like literally, the weight and pressure of just everything. It's a bit much. It's like if you could understand or see inside my brain right now, you would maybe get what I'm saying or what I'm struggling with. But like doing this every day, recording, doing posts, like, man, it's just a lot of work, eh? It's a lot of mental work. Like, for example, this morning around 8 o'clock, before 8 o'clock, I was trying to think of a way to improve my system, and I can already tell this is going to turn into a long dialogue, so I'm going to do my best to keep it under 10 minutes. It's already at 4, so yeah, this is already not working out good because we still have a ton of stuff that I want to record. And this is kind of the crux of the problem that I'm having, is that there's so much to cover. Like I was watching yesterday's video, and the part where I was what was I doing? I was using a screwdriver to poke holes in the mattress thing, because it was like, I figured out how it was so compressed into like a thin tube. And bro, it was heavy. It was 46 kgs. That's the mattress topper. And it was what do you call it? Man, I can't think straight. It was, what's that thing? Vacuum sealed. It was vacuum sealed. So as you probably saw, when I started poking holes, it began to inflate. And then what was really buzzy was sort of after the first couple of holes, it started to inflate, and then it did the opposite. It started to deflate. And that's what I was saying when I was commenting on a reverse suction or something. And that's what was happening. But basically, I recorded that, but then I forgot to record like the other bits. And then part of that is because a self-suction. My dad and my brother was there, so they hadn't sort of given me consent to film them, for example. And this is the whole gambit, this is the whole game, this is the whole problem, the dilemma that I have. It's like, man, if it's not on camera, it didn't happen. If it's not, and it's like the pressure to tell a story, like start, beginning, middle, end. Like I might do the beginning, but not the middle and the end. Like I have to have an end. Sometimes I haven't had an end in these videos, even the posts. And then there was like a meta moment this morning where I was spending 2 hours, literally 2 hours, working on stuff for a post system. And I was trying to write a post, and it took me 2 hours plus. And it started with connection. Her name is Hannah, I think, Hanna. I'm not going to try and pronounce her surname because I don't want to mess it up. But it was a very good post. She basically said something that she discovered that we have to try, and I'll put a link to my post and to her post in this video. I have to do that as well, because I've said that so many times and I just forget. So this is the thing, man, like the system, the daily system, I've almost did what I did today. Frankensteined the shit out of it. So what was meant to be a small tweak from her advice was, when you talk to ChatGPT, ask it to talk to you like it's your best friend. Not a guru, not a whatever persona context. Like, talk to me like I'm a best friend. Tell me what happened and tell me what you learned. And then I was like, oh, okay. And she said a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, oh. So she feeds it posts of her best performing. So then I asked the question, what's my best performing posts? And the answer required analysis. So then I did analysis. And that took ages, and then I stopped. Because I was like, man, there must be a better way to do this. I've already spent half an hour looking at posts, trying to figure it out, and I'm not getting anywhere closer to an answer. And then I started conversating back and forth with AI, and it just, like, it goes out of control. And now I just feel exhausted, and I'm about to hit the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna stop. I'm struggling, bro. Massively struggling. I've almost built something that's so enormous that I need to almost like grab a sledgehammer and just break it to bits and start again, because it's weighing on me pretty heavy. Anyway, that's enough for now. So I had a genius idea of walking here, but then my as you can see, my walking trail, it's quite wet, so my shoes are kind of soaked. My socks are wet and soggy. My bad. Case in point, I actually had the problem for the first time in days where I ran out of space. So I had to delete 80 videos, clips on my phone twice, because, you know, when you delete it, you got to delete it again, and it saved 8 gig of space. So I guess that's kind of the metaphor of where I'm at. It's like I have all of this congestion of just, I've been so busy documenting things and focused on the move that I haven't actually had a chance to focus on what really matters, and that's kind of, you know, the building blocks, the literal building blocks of our day, our routine. And my routine has kind of fallen to the wayside in bits and pieces, like my night routine. I've gone to bed late, I stayed up watching rugby with my dad, and, you know, that's a once-off kind of thing. I have watched the All Blacks game with my dad for, bro, at least a year. So that's not the end of the world, but it's just like everything's hitting at the same time, and it's really hard because I just feel overwhelmed and I don't know what the next move is, and that's scary. And that's kind of what this is all coming down to. It's like I keep building things, and it's like maybe I need to stop. And one of the biggest blessings of this whole move was that we get our own place, our own space, and we're not going to take everything with us. We're going to do spring cleaning. We're going to take, you know, a very select amount of things, because if we just take everything, we just take a bunch of shit, and then we make a tidy place messy, and I don't want to do that. So, but I already find myself like wondering, okay, what are we actually taking? We've bought some stuff, but then we're also taking things because we can, but it's not financially smart to just buy a whole bunch of new stuff when we have things that we can take with us. We have a table, a desk. Like, I don't need to buy another desk because it's good enough. But then it's like the mental gymnastics of, you know, if we take something, then that's now going to be located in Hamilton, not at my parents' house. So like yesterday we took a drawer, a clothes drawer. We took a desk that was in the garage that wasn't being used. That's fine. But then there's other things that we're thinking of taking that once we take it, it's no longer, you know what I mean? It's no longer there. So we're going to be coming back and forth, and it's like, damn, what if we need it? What if we need that thing and then we forget to bring it back? is a headache. Like, it's not a clean, if it was a clean cut move, like we're going from A to B and we're staying in B, then maybe it would be easier. I don't know. But because we're going back and forth, we're in Hamilton for 4 days, we're in Auckland for 3, back and forth, like, bro, it's just next level. Like, this is my first time, actually no, it's my second time moving, but it's my first time moving to my own space. Like, when I moved from Mount Albert, my family home, we moved to our second family home. We had to spring clean, we had to tidy, like, we went through that. But in the move, what was interesting is that we lost stuff, which doesn't really make sense, but it happens. Because you think you put everything in a box and you move it, but somehow things just get lost. You forget where you put this thing, and then when I moved from my parents to my fiance's, I took a bunch of stuff there, and then there's like more stuff that you lose, and then now it's like consolidating stuff from my fiance's, stuff from my parents, and moving some of that to our place, just me and her in Hamilton. So, and then on top of that, not just copy paste, take everything. It's like qualify certain things to take. Like, bro, I have so much stuff. I have so much shit. She has so much shit. We can't take everything. We could, but we don't want to. Like, the amount of books that I have, because they're all scattered across 2 different houses and 2 different cars, I don't even know the count, and I would actually like to see the physical manifestation in a single bookcase. Maybe I need 2 bookcases, I don't know. But that's the thing. It's like, this is kind of an opportunity to consolidate everything into one whare, but then at the same time, we're only going to be at their whare for 4 days. Then we'll be back in Auckland. So we don't want to take everything. We shouldn't take everything, but we don't want to take things that we might need. So it's kind of this, it's like you need an inventory. So I need a mental inventory of where everything is, because I already know things are going to get misplaced. But it presents a really cool opportunity, because it's like, this is too long of a story to tell, but in my old job, we had this concept of creating SharePoint sites, creating them as houses, calling them houses, and the houses connected to a street, which connected to a neighborhood. We called it the online neighborhood. So the idea was that every single site was connected through the navigation and breadcrumb trail and whatnot, and the architecture, that every set was part of a bigger universe, a bigger neighborhood. And it was an idea that clicked. And one of the things that we talked about when it comes to like migration, so when you migrate one site to another, it's kind of like a house. So, you know, we have a new house, nice and tidy, a new site, nice and tidy, well organized. When you're migrating your content from this old legacy systems, legacy site, and you're moving it from, you know, where it is to your new place, your new site, it's like spring cleaning. It's like when you move from your old house to your new house. You don't just take everything with you. You shouldn't. You organize, you sort, you get rid of things that you don't need anymore, and you take only the good stuff with you. And that's kind of the concept that we're trying to put into reality, is that, okay, let's say, for example, we have 100 books. We maybe only take, I don't know, 50? And I mean, even that's excessive. Like, maybe we should only take like 20, because maybe we're going to read them. Maybe out of the 20, there's 10 that we haven't read. And then, you know, we want to focus on one at a time. Like, if we just take everything, we're just moving shit from one place to another. And I think one of the things that I'm starting to realize is that over the years, you accumulate so much shit, and you keep buying so much shit. Like, I've kept buying so much shit. You don't even need it. Like, I reckon I could look in my bedroom, and you could probably do the same activity, exercise, thought experiment, whatever you want to call it. I could probably look in my bedroom, and maybe there would be a dozen things that I use on a daily basis. Probably less than that, to be honest. For example, my phone, my charger, my clothes, a book, a bag, a water bottle. Like if those things happen to be in the room. But everything else, never use, never thought about, never touch. Don't wear clothes that you don't wear, things that you never use, books that you never read. Like, bro, the list goes on and on and on. So that's kind of what I'm struggling with. That plus everything else. And I realize this is almost 10 minutes again. This is like 30 minutes of talking. Bro, I'm tired. We haven't even gone to Hamilton. I got tons of shit to worry about. I just don't know what to do. And this doesn't help. And then the LinkedIn stuff doesn't help, because then I'm thinking, oh, I need to do something new. And it's like, nah, I need to like, I just need to get a sledgehammer and I need to break this whole system down and I need to start over simple, because I'm going kind of crazy. You can probably tell. Anyway, it's almost 10 minutes. I better go start walking home. See you later. Kia ora. It is 4:45. Driving down to Hamilton. We're 57 kilometers away. I have no idea how much further we have to go to our actual address. We're just driving, no GPS, no nothing. Try not to get lost this time. So today is the official day of sleeping in our new whare, in our new bed, which you'll get to see soon. And yeah, we're a little bit late than we would have liked, but stuff happens. So we're gonna head home now. We got tons of stuff in the car, like lots. So that's gonna be interesting. So yeah, see you later. This is my study office. I'll put my stuff there. This is the bedroom. This is the bed. Natural stuff, we still need to make the bed. This is the guest room. Could be a baby room too. It's good storage. It's the wharepaku. This is the bathroom. This is the lounge. That's the recliner. We still need a couch and something. That's a little desk. We'll use it as a temporary thing. This is the kitchen. It's the fridge, freezer, microwave, rice cooker, bunch of other stuff, stove, and then other things. We got a ton of stuff that we still need to get from the car, but that's it. Look at our fridge.
This brand new role.
It's pretty good.
As the reaping progresses live, I will allocate each district tribute a capital
Who needs a TV?
behind the scenes, one who must.
Really sales very fast.
I can see. It's 10. Just doing my video. Whoa. First shower. Pretty cold. Oh yeah, wait. Let me show you around our food. We just went, like I said, we've got some stuff. Now our fridge is looking less sad, more like an actual fridge for stuff. A nice little fruit bowl. And our bed. It's my mask. It's looking a bit more like an actual room. This is cool as. It's quite a lot of space. That's my travel bag. Yeah. Should probably turn all the lights off. This is my room. This is my study office. Somewhere I need to put a desk, standing desk. Maybe over there, or here, or here. And bench, do some weights. And a walking treadmill. Somewhere in here. Sort that out later. Anyway, time to go to bed, sleep. Pretty tired. Should probably sign off and see you tomorrow. Day 64. First night, Hamilton.